This may be working.
This one's working.
I'll be damned. I forgot we have a little chat down in the bottom of the screen now. I turned that on. So, sorry everybody. Welcome to Fowl Territory. Third time's a charm on this show. Man, I had all kinds of problems. I had this set up to go to multiple destinations, and the only thing it would go live on apparently was Twitch. And no matter how hard I tried, it would not start on YouTube. So finally, I said, I'm going to try one last time, just going to YouTube and see what happens. So we are live, apparently without a thumbnail right now. I can go in and add one real quick. Not that anybody matters because the program's going. But anyway, it's saved out there now. All right. So, anyway, let's go back out here because I've got another one that is, which one's running? Okay, that one's live now, so I'm going to delete the scheduled one. So there'll only be one Fowl Territory 327. Hopefully we're still live. Are we still live, Rich?
Yeah, I guess we are.
Are you alive, Rich?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
That says we got 12 people watching. All right.
Yeah.
So this is definitely, pardon my French, because I know sometimes families watch this, but this is the pure definition of a shit show tonight, folks. So my apologies.
Yeah, Barbecue's wanting the new link, by the way.
Barbecue wants a new link. Well, let's get him one. Okay. Guest, copy link. How does he want it on the?
On toast, I guess. I don't know.
In the text or in the email?
I don't know. He didn't say.
I guess I'll have to. Third link. There. I'll send it to everybody. Boom. Although it's probably only going to be the three of us anyway. So anyway, yeah. Better late than never, they say. You should have a link, Barbecue. So you have no excuse. We have an actual show. Although we're only on one platform tonight. So hobbled a little bit. We'll do the best we can. Let's see who we got out there in stream number 3 this evening. We have Alex Parlin out there. We got Jacob S. We got Denny's Plant-Based Journey. And for you people who are wanting to cheat and go over to Twitch, it's not running tonight. This is the only platform we're on. So sorry. At least as far as I know. Agorizers out there, gun websites, Denny's Plant-Based Journey. We got Weston out there, got Buns and Barbecue. Buns and Barbecue, yeah, that'll work. Alex Parlin is out there, Rich White out there, and in here we got Gun Hobo 62 Bravo out there. Oh, Guns and Barbecue said, I never said that. I said I can't be on the same panel with Rich. Boycotting chats with Rich. It's Rich or me, I tell you. Rich or me. Oh, well, I guess Rich got in here first. Mr. Bob Dobalina says they always say better Nate than Lever, but that's a really long story. Agorizer says, I'll take a sausage link. I like the fact that you guys got a little bit of sense of humor. I appreciate that. Guns and Barbecue. Oh, no, that's G-Webs.
No, that's G-Webs. That's a waffle.
Guns and Waffles.
Guns and Waffles. There we go. So, got G-Webs in here. Good evening, G-Webs, by the way.
I don't believe in barbecue. I like his recipe for vegetable soy-based turkey bacon that's boiled to a nice rubbery consistency.
Oh, we might as well have fun with this. We got Ron 2A Matters out there in the chat. We also have Agorizer and we have Vanessa Kitty. And we're also on the queue. I guess he's changed his mind. Guns and Barbecue is here.
I couldn't let him win.
It was the waffles.
So anyway, you got Scott Naring out there. We've got 17 people out there in the audience, so we're doing this the old-fashioned way, YouTube only. We'll do it just fine. The giveaway is working out there, and the code is !FT327 to enter the giveaway. We've got 4 people entered so far, And of course, this chat is sponsored by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care, the people who are on this hat here. And we are giving away the Aegis sample trifecta.
Good. Since he left, I got a question.
Yeah.
As an established owner of the Monday Night Live chat, how does it feel to have Clover over there corking you right now? A deliberate corking. He knows when your chats are.
Clover who?
Nice. Well played.
I will disregard any such. It's not competition. It's just him going after his audience. I'm going after mine. And trying to get Guns and Barbecue and his...
He's got his camera on.
Yeah, I turned that off. Somebody must have hit the button on me.
I thought we were landing on the moon for a second there.
I'm gonna say, is it all cratered again?
Vanessa says the deep dish stuffed waffle maker is an exceptionally good waffle choice. Okay, I'll go with that. Deep dish stuffed waffle maker. Interesting. Sounds like something G-Webs would like. William Hall's out there,
I'm
by the
interested
way.
in that. I want to know more about this.
What could you put in a waffle? You could put all kinds of stuff in a waffle, I guess.
Well, I make waffles and then use them as bread in sandwiches.
So you make
Curious.
use a bun, basically, yeah.
Kind of.
Mhm.
You know,
I got
depends
one
on
of those stuff waffles.
either a giant waffle or take one waffle, cut it in half, and then it's like a half a sandwich. But I'm curious about the stuffed waffle. Because you could take waffle juice, like take your waffle maker, pour down some waffle juice, put a couple pieces of bacon in there.
Yeah, you could have bacon in there, yeah.
Right. And then it's still like it would still work.
I think it would. We have beans and cornbread in the audience. The latest perturbation of Boomstick.
Nice.
Vanessa says, think the cupped Belgian waffle firm to have space for all sorts of stuffing.
Yeah, you can put like fruit and stuff in the middle of your waffle.
Or you
Yeah, I
could
got
have
one of them.
bacon and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like it makes the waffle with a bowl in shape, and then when it's done, you have a bowl-shaped waffle.
Well, the waffle's hollow, right? Basically,
I'm
make
thinking more
with
maybe you got a
fruit
waffle on the top,
No.
a waffle on the bottom, and then you
You put
It's not
something
how
in
it
it.
works at all. So it's a waffle maker and it's got a spacer. So you fill the spacer up to a certain amount while the waffle iron's hot. Then you have to hurry up and get the ingredients that you want in your stuffed waffle inside. And then you finish layering more waffle batter over top of all that. So really, you don't have a whole lot of room to really put a bunch of, like, if you're like, oh, I'm going to make like this stuffed omelet waffle or something. No, you don't have enough room to really do anything crazy like that.
Oh,
You're not gonna
okay.
put like raw sausage in there either, because it's not going to cook.
Yeah, no, you'd want it pre-cooked because, I mean, these waffles cook really quick anyways.
So the way she describes it, this is, I'm guessing, a hinge type of, you got a waffle on one side, a waffle on the other, and it's squared, and then you can just flip the two sandwich.
The one that I have is round, the waffle maker itself, but it's got
She said half spear, but squared, so.
Yeah, the one that I have is round.
Oh, squared on the one edge. Okay, I got it. Okay.
And then it's got a rectangular base that it sits on, and the hinges off that base. And after you finish putting in your filling and then finish putting in the rest of the batter, you flip it real quick and then, wait X amount of time that it told you to wait. And then the spacer actually doubles as like the thing to remove the waffle.
Well, that's a heck of a deal.
It already sounds too complicated to me.
Well, maybe on Foss's show this weekend, we could have a bracket as to what to put inside of that waffle.
You probably could.
If he was actually here, which I don't know.
I think the putting things in a waffle are restricted to blueberries, chocolate chips, and then I would rather make the waffle and put stuff on them.
Chocolate chips sounds good.
Chocolate chips probably wouldn't be a bad idea because then you could actually just put that right in the batter and just have because
That's
Plus,
good.
it's nice because like if you don't want to stuff the waffle, like you can just have a really thick waffle, and it's kind of cool because you get a nice crunchy outside, but more of a doughy, fluffy inside.
No, I wouldn't want that. I thought you were talking like still thickness of a regular waffle. Like
No. This is
then.
like solid 2 inches thick at that point.
So looks like we got Hillbilly up out there in the audience. Let's see, 2 waffle halves squished together. Now, Denny told us earlier he had chicken enchiladas with sour cream sauce, rice, beans, queso, and sopapillas for supper.
Mm-hmm.
Hillbilly says chicken and waffles are okay, but those feathers are a problem. Yeah, you want to remove those first for sure. But yeah, we're making people hungry tonight, folks. I tell you what. So Vanessa says you could make the stuffed waffle with a piece of fried chicken, stuffed waffle chicken sandwich. You want to take the bones out though. Awful crunchy.
I've been on a waffle maker buying kick lately. So I've gone back to the thin waffles though. As much as I like the Belgian waffle, the speed and whatever of a regular old waffle, you know, there's a reason they're classic. They come out way faster. I think faster than pancakes.
Now we got Sandy Vagina out there. Says the best thing to put inside a waffle is in fact another waffle. That inner waffle could be stuffed, but not necessarily. Also, a PB&J waffle sandwich is a top-tier breakfast food.
Yes, waffles make very good PB&J sandwiches.
Yeah, every sandwich is better with waffles instead of bread, I think. Almost every sandwich, maybe. What's a waffle inside a waffle? Is that a waffle?
That's a waffle, isn't it, or something like that?
Waffle.
Waffle, yeah. Kind of like the kofefe. Oh, so what's been going on this week?
Ooh, see, this is what I was thinking, like a waffle bowl. Click on Scott's Amazon link there. I need to get me one of these. This is what I was thinking when you first described a waffle bowl.
Okay, let me share that.
A waffle bowl would be good for ice cream.
Right?
Okay, so we have the Presto Belgian waffle. What in the world? Everybody got kicked off the stream. What happened?
I don't know.
Are we here? Can we? What is going on?
I don't know what just happened.
Oh,
Is the stream still alive?
I hope so.
We're still live. We're still live.
I think so. I'm seeing it.
I think we're still live. That was weird. Anyway,
check on YouTube.
If we're not live out there, let us know.
Rover's corking you, and he knows a bunch of people at YouTube. They just yanked the cord out. Coincidence? Just saying.
Yeah, well, turnabout is fair play. So, waffle inside of 2 waffles is a waffle sandwich. Scott says, I am here. Let's see. It does look like we are still, in fact, live on YouTube. So, Mr. Bob says it's YouTube reacting to the assault waffle maker you're showing the price for. Oh,
yeah, you got a price and everything on here. That's a direct.
yeah, that's probably true.
There's a barcode probably somewhere.
Is this to make waffle bowls?
Yeah, well, this is different than
Oh.
what he was talking about, but this is what I was picturing when I heard waffle bowl, because this looks amazing. Right? I don't know why they have fruit in it. That's weird. But ice cream, yes.
Yeah. Ice cream or like scrambled eggs and sausage and bacon bits all crunched up on there.
Well, cheese maybe.
Bernie Sanchez is out there. He says, what kind of dangerous weapon is that waffle maker, and does it take Glock mags?
You could take 2 of those waffles, stick them end to end, glue them together with something, and then they look like a waffle grenade.
Vanessa said that waffle bowl could be filled with chili. Yeah, it could.
See?
Ron 2A Matter says, yeah, I'm hungry, so I'm going to have me some cheese and crackers and wine. Wow, he's going to make this a celebration. These people have the right idea, though. I see ice cream out there in this picture. So,
Yes.
and strawberries and chocolate syrup. Yeah.
Jello in there? No. With pudding in there?
That's
Yeah.
orange juice. Why do you get put orange juice in
You're just
there?
going to drink it, I think.
There's
'Cause of the
eggs, too.
Yeah. That's for the waffle guts. That's
Oh, okay. Waffle guts. I like it. I like it. All right, cool. The gun snob is out there, by the way. The pride of Chelsea, Oklahoma, is in the audience. How did we get stacked this way?
I don't know.
And where did barbecue go again?
I don't know that either.
Sandy says the waffle bowl would be a good vessel for pudding. Mystic Guns is also out there. Mystic Guns and the Gun Snob. Wow, I think we've got the entire population of Chelsea here tonight. Dang.
Oh, use that as a pie crust. Then you could put
Ooh.
pie filling in there with whipped cream on top.
Ooh. It sounds pretty good to me. Now we got Ozzy Osbourne out there barking at the moon. We got all kinds of people. And okay, we still got a live giveaway out there. Got 9 people entered. Still plenty of time. But it's been a week since we've been together. We have anything happened in the news since last week? Anybody think of anything?
Nah, nothing.
Let's see. We had the Charlie Kirk Memorial on Sunday, which was very long. And I didn't watch all of it, but I did
Watching it?
watch. I did. I watched, I think, the last couple hours of it. I saw her speech, Charlie's wife, Erica, and saw Vance, and I saw Trump's speech, and one or two before that. I can't remember exactly who. But it was moving, the parts of it I saw anyway. So,
I would say incredibly.
yeah.
After watching it or whatever, like when I was watching it live or whatever, I wasn't thinking about it. But then today somebody was saying something about it, and they said, how did you accomplish that in a couple of days? Because that was a massive event.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting question. I don't know how you would, you know what I mean?
They
Like,
had the stadium filled, plus they had the sports arena across the street for overflow, and it was pretty close to full. And people waiting outside.
I don't know if I'd probably never been there because I don't go to sports things. I might have driven past it if I know where it is. But just looking at, I was watching PBS, not PBS, and what's the, anyway, some national one, like some paid by the government one. And so it was unbiased. They weren't saying anything. But anyway, they would, whenever between speakers, they would go to the side, like from up in the edge of the building or something. And there's no way to describe how many people were in that building. It was amazing. It was like, I can't imagine any other event in that building that used that much of it, right? Like, that's more than sports and stuff, I think.
Yeah. Weston says, I watched the TPUSA feed. I watched it on YouTube on the Charlie Kirk channel, and I believe I took a screenshot of it, but I believe at one time they had 650,000 concurrent viewers on YouTube. And then I went and looked on X, and they had 1.2 million. So,
yeah, I think it was way over 10 million. Somebody was saying, Clover was saying.
So yeah, it was quite the audience. But we had that going on, which, like I say, was very moving if you watched it. You have had the Jimmy Kimmel fiasco, who has both lost his show and apparently today, at least on some channels, regained it, because I read today that it will, in fact, resume airing on Tuesday night.
Yep.
Yeah,
Although some of the affiliates, at least one of the affiliate clusters, which was Sinclair Media, said that they were going to preempt it with news.
That's what you call a publicity stunt, that whole thing.
Oh, I think so. So,
They say weird shit like that because they don't give a fuck and they don't care. You know, there's that Overton window we talk about with gun ownership, you know, because we see it, we're affected by it, we're the victims of that abuse. But the comedians and shit, I don't think they give a shit the consequences of their little jokes and shit. And they know that when they say whatever shit they say, and it riles some people up, that some people are going to get happy because there's division and people that, you know, you make fun of one side, the other side is going to pat you on the back. So they know they're going to win there. And if they ever do get consequences, it's like this. It turns into a massive publicity stunt. You know that Jimmy Kimmel fucker got paid for this. Like, you know, I mean, he might not get a check, but he'll get, you know, he'll end up, this will be a positive for him. This won't even be a stumble in his career or nothing. And he's just going to be more emboldened to be a morbid dick. Sorry, loser dick.
yeah, we'll see how it all ends up. I think he just needs to be out of the news entirely.
That won't happen, though, because he'll keep doing dumbass shit to stay in the news. That's all he ever did. That's why he's a loser, because he doesn't contribute. He just says shit off in the corner until somebody hears him, and then he gains a little, you know, rank or whatever on that side.
Right. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. I never did. I'm certainly not going to start now. I can't encourage anybody to watch it. I'm not sure that many people are watching anyway. From what I've seen of his ratings, they've been pretty poor lately. So
Yeah, he gets like 100,000, 120,000 people watching his show every night.
there were more people probably live watching the Charlie Kirk Memorial
Oh, I guarantee you there were.
than tune in to watch Jimmy Kimmel. So
Well, if you look at the ratings information that people have been posting about it on X and other places, the Charlie Kirk Memorial would have gotten more views than Kimmel, Colbert, and Fallon combined. So,
and I did mention, going back to the memorial, it was interesting to see Elon Musk sitting next to Donald Trump and them making friends with each other. So, Weston says late night comedy TV is a dying show anyway. I haven't watched it in ages, so I don't know who's on. I think you got like Jimmy Fallon and
Who back in the day it was like predatory because that was all there was. Like, you know what I mean? Like you either turned off the TV after the evening news or that was it. Like that was your option. So you just chose your flavor of late night comedy, quote unquote. And it was all political messaging. And now there's the internet. So who would actually choose to go watch a television period, let alone news, and then leave the TV on? Like that's got to be people that are really dedicated to that. What would you call that? Like habit or tradition or something? And that's got to be a fewer and fewer people, like you're saying.
so yeah, I think they are competing for a dwindling audience anyway. I'm not sure network TV has really got anybody. Is there even any money to be made there anymore? I'm not sure. But fact of the matter is, I don't really care one way or the other. What you going to say, Rich?
I think it was me.
anything.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I seen a thing or heard a thing. I think it was on a radio. It might have been on a podcast. But somebody was saying about, if you ever listen to like a radio show or a station, I guess even, and they'll have like ads for medicine or some kind of drug, like over-the-counter drug, where it's like, you know, the lawyers speak at the end and you can't take it with blah, blah, blah. Ask your doctor, blah, blah, blah. And you wonder, why would they do a commercial like that? Right? Like who is actually listening to a commercial and then going to the doctor and saying, you know what I want to try? Like whatever I heard about on the radio drug, right? But the real reason for that is that radio station has a news affiliate with it or something, right? Like it's going to have something that it makes a decision about which news it listens to. And when those drug companies go to a radio station, or in this case, a television station, because that's what we're talking about, and those places are dying. Like they need any advertising they can get. So now the drug company who has $1 billion, they don't care about money, right? Like seriously, don't care about money. And they definitely don't care about the kind of money that keeps a radio station afloat. So they pay a radio station, do like 50% of their budget with these stupid ads. And then when time comes for, hey, we need to do an in-depth article about this drug company, they're like, what drug company? Because who's paying all your advertising bills? And then so there's sort of like this implied indirect pressure on the news segment of these corporations because their bread and butter is massive pharmaceutical, and you can fill in pharmaceutical with any of the other weird commercials you hear on these things, for like an investment company. Like nobody on the radio is dealing with these investment companies or these like other things that you hear advertised on the radio. And I just think that's interesting. I don't mean it's sort of conspiratorial, but at the same time, why else would there be these stupid ads and so many of them on dying media? So like you say, who's listening to it? I don't know, but I think it might just be sort of like an old tax shelter, except in this case, like a public relations investment. Like, let's keep these radio stations alive so that they'll never talk shit about our drugs or our investment properties or whatever it is our company's doing that might get scrutiny by the news at some point.
So Sandy out there says Kimmel is a hypocrite POS. On the Man Show, he did blackface, racist, sexist jokes, but miraculously, no one cared because now he's a leftist pawn. And then he says, I don't know if Kimmel and Carolla are still friends, but it'd be hard to believe they are. Their paths went in 100% opposite directions.
Mm-hmm.
For those who remember the Man Show back in the day.
Yeah, we touched on that last night.
Right.
I could always tell the Man Show was fake. Like, they were making fun of dudes in that show. They weren't dudes. And that's how I felt about it. I never trusted that guy.
No.
Carolla I never trusted either because I don't like him, but at least he seems like he's not, like you say, he's the opposite of Kimmel, who's just a weirdo.
Hillbilly Up says girls on trampolines. I guess I never watched the show. I didn't see all the things they did. So
The Man Show?
Mm-hmm.
That was a thing, like slow motion girls jumping on trampolines.
What was that on? Was that like on MTV or something? Or
it was cable, so it was some cable channel back in the day. But it was probably sports.
I don't
Rich would know.
I have no idea. I have no idea what channel it was on. I didn't watch it.
I only watched it when my friends were watching it, type of thing. Like I said, I didn't trust it. I thought they were making fun of dudes or fake.
George Cortez says it was on Spike TV, but it was on something else before that.
I'm looking it up.
I just remember it on Spike. I was going to say it was whatever the Sci-Fi Network, whatever it was.
Comedy Central is what it
Comedy
originally
Central.
aired on. Okay.
Oh, really?
1999 to 2004.
Oh, it says the final 22 episodes were hosted by Joe Rogan and some other guy. So they didn't even run it the whole time.
Okay. But, yeah, that's about all I'm going to say about that distraction. But
I think it was a distraction / publicity stunt for that guy.
Back to the Charlie Kirk Memorial, if we could talk about that a little bit. I think it did show that the Turning Point USA movement is still plenty strong, it seems like. Look like that's going to continue very well and stuff like that. So the fact that we had good viewership on that in just good participation in general. I think at least we got a lot of America that's turning the right direction, and I can't really think of anything negative to say about it. If you can unite that many people that quickly, I think we're going the right direction. Scott Naring says, "Why watch network TV when you can watch Gary?" Well, their shows probably air on time, but
Only because they have to.
we had a little bit of problem tonight, and I'm going to be talking to the people at Streamlabs after this is over and asking them why this product I paid for isn't working. So anyway, we finally got it done, and I like to multi-stream to the other platforms just so I have plenty of exposure, but obviously my main following is on YouTube, and you are the guys I really worry about getting to. So anyway, we got her done. Let's see. Hillbilly says, now when Kimmel gets canceled in January or before, he can't blame Trump. Oh, he probably still will. But I don't care. I don't really care about this stuff anymore. Speaking of President Trump, I guess a couple of other things happened today. One is that he signed an executive order declaring that Antifa is now a domestic terrorist organization. I'm not sure what that does for us.
Isn't that the same as Biden saying the NRA is one?
Similar.
No,
I mean, maybe not the same, but equivalent.
probably. Also, I guess that they made an announcement that they have determined that women taking acetaminophen, I believe, during pregnancy is considered to be one of the primary causes of autism.
I'm going to run that past Yankee before I believe that.
So they are asking physicians to recommend that pregnant women not take acetaminophen. Of course, there's a big debate over that now already, of course.
Well, I'm just interested in how they came to that conclusion exactly.
Science. Experiments with science.
Well, that's what I hope it would be, but just we get RFK in, he's supposed to be looking at this, and that quickly they have the answer. I remember a couple months ago that RFK had said that the hepatitis B vaccine was the reason. So just curious where exactly they're coming up with these from.
Agorizer says Greta's mom must have taken handfuls. Wow.
Holy.
Wow. Let's see. Beans of Cornbread says the big news is Ohio is getting a Buc-ee's. That is big news. Wow. Hillbilly says probably years of study that Big Pharma didn't want out. The goddamn bacon is out there. He says, I show up and the first thing I hear is talk about pregnant women and what they shouldn't be taking. I haven't even gotten any chicks pregnant lately.
But the thing is,
But you still could.
Saying this Big Pharma on that one, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal, because then they could just say, oh, take ibuprofen or naproxen or something else other than acetaminophen if you're having some sort of pain. There's so many other options that they could make a ton of money off of. I just have trouble believing that acetaminophen in Big Pharma is going to be that much of a herder to them.
Yeah,
That's a terrible sentence. Sorry.
Yeah, acetaminophen isn't all that expensive.
I mean, you can go get a giant bottle of it at Walmart for $10. I mean, it's like
Something like that.
500 pills or something. I mean, it's obnoxious, the amount of pills in that thing.
Well, heck, you go to Costco or Sam's Club, you can get even a bigger bottle than that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, let me read, and I'm not going to put it on the screen, but I'm going to read from this announcement today. Speaking from the Roosevelt Room today, President Donald J. Trump and U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced bold new actions to confront the nation's autism spectrum disorder epidemic, which has surged nearly 400% since 2000 and now affects 1 in 31 American children. And quoting here, for too long, families have been left without answers or options as autism rates have soared, Secretary Kennedy said. Today, we are taking bold action, opening the door to the first FDA-recognized treatment pathway, informing doctors and families about potential risks, and investing in groundbreaking research. We will follow the science, restore trust, and deliver hope to millions of American families. First, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration will act on a potential treatment for speech-related deficits associated with ASD. The FDA today is publishing a Federal Register notice outlining a label update for, how do you pronounce this? Leucovorin, leucovorin for cerebral folate deficiency, which has been associated with autism. This action establishes the first FDA-recognized therapeutic for children with cerebral folate deficiency and autistic symptoms. Skipping down a little bit, second, HHS will act on acetaminophen. Today, the FDA will issue a physician notice and begin the process to initiate a safety label change for acetaminophen, Tylenol, and similar products. The FDA is responding to prior clinical and laboratory studies that suggest a potential association between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes. FDA also recognizes that there are contrary studies showing no association and that there can be risk for untreated fever in pregnancy, both for the mother and fetus. Given that the conflicting literature and lack of clear causal evidence, HHS wants to encourage clinicians to exercise their best judgment in the use of acetaminophen for fevers and pain in pregnancy by prescribing the lowest effective dose for the shortest duration when treatment is required. And it goes on more and more than that. So it's not exactly a ban or, don't do it or anything else. It's more advice to, we think this might be it. Let's try to minimize the use of it as much as possible.
Well, so the last thing they mentioned there is the thing that jumps out at me most, and that is physicians to prescribe the lowest possible dose. You buy it over the counter.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Who's going to their doctor saying, I have a fever, what can I do? And the doctor's like, go take some Tylenol.
Who goes to the doctor to ask questions like that? Or pregnant ladies go to the doctor and say, what do I use for my back pain or whatever problems ladies have with their pregnancy? And they're given advice. So, yeah, it's not for, it's not an issue.
I don't know how many women you've ever gotten pregnant, but the ones I've gotten pregnant,
you have to get women pregnant in order to understand the relationship between a doctor and a pregnant woman. What the fuck world do you live on?
I'm saying the ones that I do know that have been pregnant and the ones that I have impregnated would self-medicate as needed. And then if they're still having problems, then they would go to the doctor and say, hey, I took Tylenol or I took naproxen or I took ibuprofen or whatever over-the-counter thing that I could take. It's not helping. Then the doctor might say, well, you might want to try this, that, or this.
I don't care what your experience is, dude. We're talking about the world, and that's all the doctors and all the ladies. And if the issue is what they're going to have doctors recommend or not, then it's not even an issue. I'm looking at the history of paracetamol or whatever it's called. That is what we're talking about, acetaminophen, the non-opioid pain reliever. And it was invented in whatever 1866 or some shit. And if you start reading the Wikipedia about it, it immediately was like taken off the shelves after about 8 years because of kidney something, and then it was something about livers, and then it was something else, and then they brought it back as an over-the-counter with aspirin and caffeine, and then there was livers and people died, and then they brought it back on the market 8 years later because it turned out. So there's nothing about probably any drug that's just like, oh, this drug works 100%, go ahead and take it. So it sounds like acetaminophen has had a back and forth all over the place relationship with the world and how it should be formulated, and the results of it being formulated with this buffer or with that neurospheric fucking element or whatever, and then people spinning off and having diseases. So now they're saying, you know, when we're looking at it, it could be that this is an issue with pregnant ladies. Like that's not even, that's like the 8th or 9th issue that this drug has had with sections of the population over its lifetime since 1866. So I don't think that's unreasonable to have doctors say, yeah, take something else, right? There's like 6 other things you can take. Take one of them.
So since 1866, we didn't see a spike in autism until 2000, 130 years later.
That has nothing to do with nothing. That, what do you think, that since 1866, immediately every pregnant woman like downed this stuff? That's not the case.
So what's changed since 2000?
Maybe Tylenol advertising, or it being recommended by doctors, or a trend. I don't know. That's what people who follow this stuff actually research.
Medical practitioners, push it fairly strongly. In fact, Tylenol is basically sold at cost to hospitals, I believe.
And what if it was?
That wouldn't surprise me.
What one of the other ones are, but what if like Midol? They found out that Midol gives you like a funny limp or something. So then, it said, oh well, what's an alternative to Midol? Oh, Tylenol. So everybody got pushed to Tylenol, not because Tylenol did anything nefarious, but because something else happened. I don't know. Like I'm just saying, like something.
Well, actually, that does bring up a good thing there, G, and that is it is acetaminophen and Midol, because I think that's one of the problems here is that potentially, let's say this is a problem with pregnancy and the development of children, things like that. I don't necessarily think it's a problem like, oh, well, you have a fever, take this for a few days, you'll be fine. It's a problem when people aren't checking what the active ingredients are and all the different stuff they decide to take at once because, well, I've got a runny nose and I've got a fever and I've got body aches and now the woman, is having what other pain, who knows? So then they take 4 or 5 different things, but how many of those things contain acetaminophen?
To answer your question, Midol does contain acetaminophen, caffeine,
there you go,
pyrilamine maleate. So primarily acetaminophen. Yes.
Yeah, and that probably happens all the time where they go, oh, this is a harmless drug. Let's put it in this. And oh, we're going to put it in here. This is a harmless one. And then they find out, oh, shit, it isn't harmless to these people.
Yeah. Yeah, most of your cold medicines have acetaminophen, and then Excedrin have acetaminophen in it. And I've seen people take 2 Excedrin at the same time they're taking cold medicine.
Yep. And that's where my point is lying there is it's not necessarily acetaminophen, but an overdosing.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. So people could be overdosing on acetaminophen and not even realize it because all of the other products that have acetaminophen in it.
Which at the end of the day, then fine, acetaminophen would still be the issue, but the real issue would be don't overdose on it.
A lot of times I'll put 3 or 4 acetaminophen in my soda because it's delicious.
Well, do we need to make it controlled substance? Do we need to make it prescription only rather than over the counter? Is that the problem?
No.
Well,
are they making meth with it yet?
Not that I know of.
Oh yeah, then
I don't think they make meth with penicillin either, but it's still.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Sandy says some drugs chemicals can pass through the placental barrier and some can't. And it may not be just Tylenol, but a combination of drugs. So if more things could do it, maybe it's now an issue. Scott Naring says the big change is Big Pharma has been allowed to have commercials. That's true.
According to the one specialist, I forget which one, that my wife sees, if you take 3 or more Tylenol instead of just taking the recommended dose of 2 every 4 hours, if you take 3 or more every 4 hours, you can put yourself into liver failure within 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Yikes.
Now, Danny says, with some of my issues, doctors say not to take Tylenol or ibuprofen. Tylenol with liver issues and ibuprofen with kidney issues. I still take it when I need it, but regular use is bad for me / others.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I can't take NSAIDs because of kidney disease. The only thing that they tell me I can't take is Tylenol.
You get robot kidneys made out of metal. You don't have to worry about it. Then you only have to
I'm not with those yet.
Then you can
I
pee
still
motor
wonder
oil.
why we don't go back to taking aspirin. We took aspirin for so many years.
I can't take aspirin. Aspirin's
No,
an
you're
NSAID.
supposed to take the low dose aspirin.
Yeah.
But aspirin's an NSAID. It messes with your kidneys. The NSAIDs are aspirin, ibuprofen, and naproxen.
They just get in there and don't get filtered out. Or, I mean, get filtered out and just stay in there.
I don't know. They do something to damage. I haven't really asked my nephrologist, but yeah,
We should just blow our kidneys out by pushing the water backwards through them. Try, like, pushing with your abdomen.
Reverse osmosis, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just spit out the bad stuff. Like, try a lot of pressure on your abdomen and then spit. That'll probably work out.
If we could just get mechanical kidneys, we wouldn't have this problem. Sandy says there's other pain meds like meloxicam that are longer release and easier on your liver and kidneys, but it's prescription only. Never heard of those. Okay. Well, shoot. Now you got me scared to take anything. I guess I'll just have to hurt from now on.
I don't hardly take that kind of stuff very often.
Come on, Gary. Rickets isn't that bad.
I think I take the ibuprofen, though.
Vulcan Rumble is there. He says, I am in Massachusetts. I am not a registered medical doctor in Massachusetts. You could be prosecuted for making a statement. Therefore, I have no statement. Wow. Yeah, be very careful if you can be prosecuted. We won't prosecute you here. But try to be nice about stuff like that. Scott Naring says aspirin was invented by Bayer, and they made most of their money making the gas for World War II gas chambers.
Yeah, in the history of what we were talking about, acetaminophen? No, yeah. I was just reading that somewhere in there, Bayer took over because acetaminophen was causing something after World War II. And then that's when Bayer was like, hey, we got aspirin, don't worry about it. And then, there was like a gap in acetaminophen's popularity for a while.
It's crazy. You've been in the military. Gee, I've been in the military. And Tylenol's their wonder drug. You go to a doctor for anything in the military, and they're putting you on Tylenol. Or ibuprofen, take your pick.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got ibuprofen. I know that a lot of times they give a Midol, though, because that's just in the pipeline. And would you guys just say that's acetaminophen? So that's basically Tylenol. It's probably got something else in it. But it was basically, whatever's in the pipeline, whatever they had access to, that's what works. Hey, this works because we have it.
Well, heck. Now you got us all scared to take any medications. Hillbilly says a hammer is good for pain. If your foot hurts, hit your hand with a hammer and you forget about the foot pain.
Exactly.
I suppose that's true.
Sometimes.
Sandy says, side note, the Aegis lube works great. Really top notch, really cut down the friction. Everything moved in and out so smooth. I'm hoping to use it on a gun someday. Yeah, you should try it on your guns. Works even better on your guns.
Worried about what they used it for in the first place now.
I wonder what he's using a cleaner for. I mean, he didn't say he was using a cleaner, but depending on what you're lubing, yeah, you might want to clean it first.
Or
And,
you might just need to clean up after.
well, that's true too. But yeah. So hate to get off track or anything like that, but I want to tell you about something very, very important here. And that is that Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, MOID, and more. Why they have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. You buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
All right, so don't forget after
Thanks
the
for the
show.
reminder. I got 2
You
orders.
bet.
So I totally forgot about them.
Awesome. GearWebsites.com. I put the link out there and might check it out, see if they got anything you want. You can get some free patches. So George Cortez thinks it's giveaway time. And maybe, just maybe, he's right.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of its wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here.
On a Friday night, and you're
4'2", huh?
steakhouse.
All
and
right.
Able to get in.
Anyway, let's see what we got to give away tonight. So let's take a look. We do have the official Gizzard Gary channel sticker. We have the Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. We have this from Live Free Armory, True American Manufacturing. Courtesy of DM Foss, we have the official Gizzard Gary sticker. Pretty cool. We also have Snobby's Dairy, straight from the bowl. We have Sarge and In Charge. And we have the official Haterade Thirst Destroyer. Also from DM Foss, we have the, let me get it right side up, the Hell No Kitty sticker. Denny says, I chuckle at the 4'2" every time that comes. I'm a little taller than 4'2". We have the Papa Smurf sticker. Then from the good folks at XS Sights, it says, I'm seeing him at night because XS Sights are the fastest sights in any light. We have this sticker from Gun Owners of America. Yeah, you're getting all kinds of stickers tonight. And we have this. I finally found my Ron Wayne stickers. So there is the official Ron Wayne channel sticker. And last but not least, we have this from Dead Air. Okay, and then we have some patches for you. We also have a patch from Dead Air Silencers right here. And we have this one that says Glock Perfection Continues. And last but not least, we have this one from Gators American Eyewear. Your vision, our mission. And the winner's also going to get the official Gizzard Gary logo pin. You can pin this to your hat, your shirt. Don't pin it to your cat. Your cat's your friend. Be nice to your cat. Last but not least, we know some of you entertain at your house every once in a while, so we want you to have something to protect your furniture. So we're going to give you a full set of coasters from the good folks at EAA Corporation. A full set of 7 coasters, because that is, of course, the perfect number to have. So you're going to get the stickers, the patches, the pin, the coasters, and from Aegis Gun Care, these folks right here, you're going to get the Aegis sample trifecta. So that is going to be a sample of the cleaner, a sample of their lubricant, and a sample of their lithium grease. So all that to tonight's winner. George Cortez already says it's rigged. Wow. So let's go out there. I've got 17 people entered in the giveaway. George says, no, wait, not yet. I'm going to go ahead and close the entries for this giveaway. So anyway, we got 17 people entered. So let's see. G-Webs, are you here?
I am.
Give me a countdown to pick the winner.
1,380, 1,379, 2, 2, 1.
Going to stop at 1.
0. Go.
All right. So it looks like Alaska 1 Andy is the winner of tonight's giveaway. So Alaska 1 Andy, are you still in the chat? Give you a minute or so to respond. Alaska 1 Andy, are you out there? It's a long ways for the signal to get to Alaska. He is there. All right. Sandy says Alaska isn't still a state, is it? Yes, it is. Well, congratulations. So I do have your address from last time. If you have an updated address, go ahead and send that to me at winner@gizzardgary.com. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and get that sent to you and pass your information on to the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. So thank you very much. And congratulations to Alaska 1 Andy for being tonight's winner. So, we got a sighting out there. We got Mario Mosen out there in the chat. So everybody, if you're awake, let's get ready. Let's say hello to Mario. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Hello.
Guess I'll do it myself. Anyway.
You just did it louder than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Everybody else. Anyway, we said hey, and we got people saying hey out in the chat. So very cool. All right. Alaska 1 Andy says it is the same address. Okay, very cool. I'll take care of it then. All right. So good to see Mario out there. It is time. It is time, as they say, to go to the second favorite part of our show. That's where we put stuff on the screen that you sent to us. And it's called Show Us Your Gorn, believe it or not. So if you've got something to send to us, send it in the mail to gorn@gizzardgary.com. And if you do so, please include your channel name in the email so I'll know who sent it. Mr. Bob says, I didn't win, so I'm going to stick around for the rest of the chat expecting something spectacular to happen other than the hay from Mario. Oh, it's going to be spectacular. So, let's see what kind of spectacular stuff we have. I'm not seeing any Gorn in the mail right now. I'm going to check my Discord real quick and see, because sometimes people drop stuff in the Discord server. So let's see. General. What is today? The 22nd? Oh, we do have some stuff out.
It's all Streamlabs' fault.
Well, that's from last week. Okay. Yeah, G-Web put them out there last week. Okay. Now we got this one that This was sent to us by DM Foss last week, and I didn't get it on the show, so it might be appropriate for Halloween coming up. So go ahead and put that on the screen. You can take a look at it. Says 1 slurp of pho per trick-or-treater. That's one way to slow the trick-or-treaters down.
The only problem with that is that it gets cold after a while.
That's true. Well, maybe if you live in Arizona where it's hot outside, it wouldn't get very cold.
Well, the way to do this would have like a metal cauldron and have it boiling in a cauldron. So then the kid could do bobbing for whatever, faux, what are those things called? Dumplings?
I guess that's basically what it is. I don't know I've ever had it, but I don't want it cold. Let's put it that way. All right. So anyway, we got that. So
You never been to a restaurant where they had it faux?
I don't think so.
It's because at least where I've had it, you you go up and with like either you have a bowl or it's like a Subway and they have like a bunch of options and they have the bowl, or else you have the bowl. It's kind of like salad bar. So you put whatever you want in there and then they go dip it into whatever they do to make it soup. But it's kind of like you pick the ratio and the ingredients that you want in it type of thing.
See, I'd try it. I'd try it for sure.
I mean, I think anybody who likes soup would like it because you're basically making it yourself. I mean, you're not making it, you're picking what's in it. And then you got all kinds of sauces to put on it.
Okay, so I pronounced it wrong according to Sandy, because according to Sandy, it's pronounced pho. It's a Vietnamese noodle soup with a rich spiced broth. Yeah, that does sound really good, matter of fact. Alaska One Andy says snow in the forecast this week.
What? It's 100 still.
The goddamn bacon says I haven't heard pho pronounced with an O since my brother's ex took me to lunch out one time. Hey, I live in the middle of nowhere. My picture's froze up.
Yeah, if you don't want us to say it how it says it looks, then don't spell it the way it looks. Like when it's spelled pho.
Oh, hello.
F.
Hello.
Okay, my video's not working anymore, so I'll just turn it off.
Maybe it's time to get rid of those Macintosh computers. They just don't well.
I'm from Kansas, man. We don't have culture here where I live, so you'll have to excuse me if I mispronounce some things. I don't live out on the coast near a big city or anything like that. So we're in farm country here. So Dale Pogue says good night, everyone. So
Good night, Mr. Pogue.
How come you're getting
Right.
that's like an hour before I get them?
do what?
I only barely got that good night everyone comment right now.
Oh,
You're getting them like a minute before me.
I don't know. TJ Fishing says, I make my own organic bug spray for the veggie patch. It's just chili, garlic, and leave overnight in hot water, then strain. I got it mixed up with my coffee, but I'm feeling better now.
Oh, yeah, I bet you that cleared your sinuses out real quick.
George Cortez says, I live near the border of Mexico by the Sea of the Gulf of Mexico. I thought that was the Gulf of America.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably stir up some stuff with that now. Depends on what map you look at, of course. But I know where you're talking about for sure. Anyway, there's no Gorn. Evidently, we're not very Gorny tonight. So, you got anything else to talk about before we wind this up?
Hold on.
George says, not by the people around here.
I'll send one real quick, Gary.
And so I'm a little scared. He's probably going to take a picture with his camera.
Mm-hmm.
He had to leave to do it. Well, he's on his phone, so I understand, George. I hear a cat.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, so George says meow.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, if you are a channel member, just letting you know, there will be a members only chat like there is every week. That's on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. And we'll give away a knife. Don't know what knife yet. Sandy says that cat sounds delicious. I mean, friendly. You couldn't make pho out with cat, I don't think, could you?
You never know.
George says, Billy is in trouble. Billy fell down the well. Let's get Billy. You got a lassie cat over there or what?
I don't know. A retarded cat, maybe.
Scott Naring says, yes, you could. Sandy says, oh, I bet you could.
I'm starting to think that cat got into the acetaminophen.
Yeah, I'm starting to think so too. I'm going to be real careful about where I eat pho for the first time. Let's put it that way. But still waiting to see if I get anything in the mail. Not in the mail, but of course with the electronic mail, if you will. What we call the emails. But anybody got anything to talk about while we're waiting on Guns and Barbecue to send his snail mail to me?
Gun rights policy conference on anybody's radar
When is it?
this weekend, next weekend, whatever you want to call it.
Next weekend? I'm at Thunder on the Prairie that weekend.
No, this weekend, like the
20th.
26th.
This weekend.
Yeah, it's a different.
Oh. Where's it at?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh. It's just a little bit of a jaunt.
Yeah.
I don't have any plans for Megan. Any of you guys got any plans for that? I can say I've never been to Salt Lake. That's not true. I had to change planes in Salt Lake City Airport one time, so I have been there.
I really like Salt Lake City, so we'll usually look for an excuse to go there, but I just went through there on the way back from Wyoming. But, yeah, it's just the cost, and then the return on investment for going up there is nil, so.
Okay, Guns and Barbecue is back.
Yep.
So did you get something sent? Because I don't have it. How'd you send it? Oh,
Email.
There it is. I have it. Okay, I gotta wait for it to download now. All right. Let's go ahead and put that on the screen. It's kind of a sketchy looking feller here.
He is. It's the sunglasses that do it. Can't trust people in sunglasses.
How did your Thursday show go that you tried Cork and Honda and Yankee chatting with each other?
Pretty sure they corked me. And about as good as I expected it to.
Nobody showed up?
No.
It says chat ruiner heavyweight champion.
That's right.
Who'd you have to go up against for that?
Well, I would mention them, but I don't think they want to be mentioned, so I won't mention them because
okay.
The embarrassment of losing to me was probably too great. Scared them away from live chat, stuff like that, as long as I'm on the panel. So until I disappear again, I'm probably going to be champion for a while, I guess. I don't know.
In your 1980s jeans jacket?
Most definitely.
He must have got that at Goodwill because he wasn't alive in 1980 to have a jacket.
I got two jean jackets.
With the wool inside like that? Well, I mean, they probably
No, only one with the Sherpa lining.
I remember that being a thing, though, back in the high school days.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I remember it even clear back in the 80s.
I absolutely love that jacket.
Yeah, but they still make them because Amy
I'll
bought
bet
me
they're
one a few
expensive
years
now.
ago.
Yeah, they're-
About
no, back
oh,
then they were just like the cheap jacket from the store.
when I got mine, it was like 65, and in the last 2 years or so, they've shot up to about $80.
I'm gonna say I'll bet they'd be close to $100 now. I still wouldn't mind having one.
That's for a Wrangler. I don't know about
Right.
some of the other companies.
Never buy a Levi's.
Nope.
Scott Nearing says they are warm. Yeah, I'd buy Wrangler. Probably got some at the farm store too.
Yeah, I'd buy Carhartt or Dickies, I guess. Usually made in America, or not our America, but South America, Central America.
I don't know if they got some that I don't know if the overall companies make them or not. Well, Dickies makes overalls. So. Big Smith, companies like that. I don't know. I haven't bought any of that stuff in a long time, but yeah, that's a stellar feller right there. I tell you what. Hopefully, he'll be champion for a long time.
Good possibility to say might let Rich have a shot at the title sometime. I don't know. I don't know if Rich is worthy.
George Cortez says, "I love denim, the Canadian tuxedo." There you
Yes, sir.
go.
You know, you can be the chat ruiner world champ, and I'll be the chat ruiner US champ. We'll split the difference.
You don't want to be Intercontinental?
Well, you see, you can't
No,
ruin
man.
Rich's chance because they come.
USA.
I always knew you were a WCW guy.
You can't ruin Rich's chance because they come pre-ruined.
Well, you got to remember the US championship. Every team WWE now.
That'd be broke.
Goddamn Bacon's quoting me. Says that's some stellar feller. I tell you what, that's what she said. Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. More than once, I've heard that.
Tell you what, if you're up late at night on Saturday night, you need to check out the End Times report on the goddamn Bacon's channel. He's got some good stuff going on there.
He does.
And it went on long enough that I went to bed before it started Saturday night, and I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's still going. So I got the last hour or so of it. So, yeah. It's not Saturday night. It's Friday night, isn't it? Friday nights? Friday nights. Yeah. I got the wrong night. It's Friday night because it was after my show. So check him out on Friday night. So, what else is going on, folks? Are we done? I know we were about half an hour late getting started tonight. So,
Did we talk about the thing in somebody's chat that Franklin Armory made?
Oh,
no, I don't think so.
The Reformation, and then they got the other one too, and I can't think of the name of it. The one with the Reformation doesn't have their binary trigger, and the other one has the binary trigger.
The affiliation one. Anyway, I think they took back its non-NFA status or something.
Yeah, they won their court case.
No, I'm saying they won it. They made an announcement, and then the AATF was like, "No, we changed our mind, and now it's illegal again." At least according to something I seen earlier today, it's illegal again.
Somebody should contact Trump and his AFQ and say, what the hell's going on here? I thought you were Pro 2A. I don't say that like tongue in cheek, like taking a shot at Trump. Like, one, does he know that this is happening? Two, say, hey, what the hell's going on in your administration?
Scott Nearing says, G-Web dropped me a line on Instagram. So. All right. So I think we are pretty much done. Let me check one last time. Nope, there's no Gorn out there. I'm going to go ahead and end this Gorn segment. We're going to go right on to the last segment of the show, which is what did you learn? And we're going to go through the panel, and we're going to ask everybody what they learned this evening and give them a chance to plug their channel, whatever else they got going on. Start with Rich White, Unloaded Media Channel. Wait, what'd you learn, Rich? Are you awake, Rich?
Yeah, that you can
Hey.
buy a waffle maker that makes a waffle bowl.
For 30
Oh, okay.
for $40.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you got coming up for us?
Yeah, we got This Week Unloaded Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Unloaded Media channel. You never know what we're going to talk about on there. Last night's a perfect example. So,
All right.
Sports for like hours and hours and hours and hours.
that was Gary's fault for.
I knew we'd get caught for it eventually. Yeah. All righty. Well, thank you for being here, Rich. And let's go to G-Webs. What did you learn this evening?
That Clover has no shame and he will cork you.
Rifles, shotgun.
He's still corking you
So I
right now.
say we do ask Curio.
And he's got Ghost over there helping him. It's a little sidekick over there helping him. No shame. You have an established show that's been here for a long time.
That's all right. All righty. What have you got going coming up, G-Webs?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Thanks for
All right.
hosting.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Let's go to Guns and Barbecue, the undefeated ruiner of chats. What did you learn this evening?
I learned that Rich likes to root for the losing team, such as WCW, and that also makes him a Cleveland Browns fan.
The Browns won.
Against who?
Boy,
Packers?
Oh yeah, I heard Jordan Love had a pretty rough day. I guess that Browns defense is actually pretty freaking awesome. It's like the only hope they have this year. But anyways,
You're going to get G-Webs in here. You're talking about sports.
he's like,
again.
oh god, sports ball.
Oh, what have you got coming up?
What was the
I
other
choose
one?
that.
I reckon we'll probably have a chat on Thursday. The offer to come in and roast me and have me say nothing at all during or after, or even before, really, because I mean, it's not like I'm going to know you're going to pop in and talk shit on you beforehand. That being said, you know, during and after you say your piece, that's it. I'll just say nothing unless you really want me to, at which point you can say, you know, you want me to. But other than that, that will be a standing offer on all shows. Hopefully one day there will be somebody out there that, and this isn't directed at anybody when I say this, but just in general, somebody that nuts up or shuts up and takes me up on that offer. If not, we're just going to have a show about something. Hopefully I won't have any children being medevac to Children's Hospital this Thursday or anything like that. So I'll actually be prepared with a good bracket. That being said, that's all I've got. Thanks, Gary.
All right. Thank you for being here. Goddamn Bacon says, I might tell that story of my brother's ex taking me to lunch this week. Maybe the other one about remembering random party events that came up on Phil's chat last night. LOL. And then he wants to know, is Guns and Barbecue going to do a bracket this week? Asking for a friend.
Well, I think I answered that.
If he doesn't, he's a
All right.
coward.
That's true.
George Cortez says, I learned that I really enjoy wearing underwear. Going commando in the summer sucks, and if you're gonna walk on eggshells, don't hop. Yeah, that's probably good advice.
I want to change what I just learned, and that is that George Cortez apparently goes commando in the summer.
Hey, it happened when you run out of clean underwear, that's for sure. But always buy plenty. That's all I got to say. Always buy plenty. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here. You've been a great panel tonight, and let's go ahead and take that logo off the screen because we are no longer doing that. George is laughing out there. So anyway, thanks to everybody for watching the show this evening. Even though we had difficulty, it took us 3 times starting it up to get it to go, but we finally got her going. One last thing from the goddamn Bacon. He says, or if you have to go in the woods and don't have toilet paper, don't ask me how I know. Wow. You'll hear a little bit of everything on this show. Vulcan Rumble says deconstitution must continue for the next generation. I agree. Anyway, with that, thanks to everybody for watching tonight. We only had one platform, so thanks for watching out there on YouTube. I certainly do appreciate it. We'll be back next week with Fowl Territory. Hopefully it'll go as scheduled. Don't forget, Wednesday night, channel members, we're giving away a knife on the members-only stream, and that is at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, right after Ron Wayne's member stream on Wednesday nights. So anyway, I'd like to thank each and every one of you once again. Also, a special thanks to my channel members for their support of the channel financially. I certainly do appreciate it. We will see you next week, and I want to leave everybody with this, that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary on behalf of my panel, and panel, tell everybody good night so we can get out of here.
Good night.
Good night. So we can get out of here.
All right, let's hope this works. Good night, everybody. God, what a clusterfuck.
And the timer's still going.
It says live still, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to swear.
Oh, shit, I just cursed on a live stream. Nice.